After a 2019 season where the offense failed to meet expectations, Vic Fangio made the decision that the Denver Broncos needed a change at offensive coordinator, and he got John Elway on board. So they fired Rich Scangarello after his one and only season as an offensive coordinator for multiple reasons. They hired veteran play caller Pat Shurmur, who has had an up and down history. Denver hopes that Shurmur can help get Drew Lock and the rest of the young offense developed and be a top 10 offensive unit at least, but does his history as a play caller show that potential? His first gig as an offensive coordinator was with the St. Louis Rams, where his offenses were lackluster. Of course, those Rams teams had many issues, including lacking talent on offense. His first of 2 years there saw the offense be bottom 5 in just about every category for offenses. Year 2 was better, but not by much, as they were still in the bottom half instead of just the bottom 5. After that, he went to be the head coach for the Cleveland Browns that had a hole at quarterback for many years. They also lacked talent, and Shurmur tried to make the most of what he had to work with. For his 2 years with the Browns, he was once again at the bottom for his offense in almost every major category. This led to Pat Shurmur getting fired. Chip Kelly hired Shurmur to be his offensive coordinator in Philadelphia, and together they had one of the best offenses in the NFL, at least for the first couple years. They were top 10 and even top 5 in many of the major categories in year 1, and year 2 saw much of the same. Year 3, they started to have problems and Kelly was fired, with Shurmur named interim as the offense was bottom half in major categories. Shurmur got a chance with the Minnesota Vikings, where his first year there was really rough. They were top half in turnovers per game and points, but bottom half in just about every other category. Now 2017, his second year with the Vikings, is unquestionably his best year ever as a play caller. He led them to top 10 placements in just about every major category, with rotating quarterbacks and Case Keenum seeing most of the time. It was a great year and got him another head coaching gig with the New York Giants, as they hoped to turn things around. He lasted 2 years there before getting fired and landing with Denver. His first year with the Giants showed potential for his offense, but year 2, that all disappeared. Shurmur wanted the Giants to draft Drew Lock, but instead they took Daniel Jones, leading to a rift between Shurmur and the general manager. Once he was fired, Shurmur had eyes on Denver because he really liked Drew Lock in the draft process. There is no doubt having Drew Lock played a large part in him ending up with the Broncos. Looking at what he likes to do on offense, there are noticeable trends, as his love for 11 personnel. Shurmur wants to spread out defenses, and having 3 receivers is the most efficient and effective way to do that. The inside zone is a staple of his running offense, but he uses a wide range of running concepts to balance things out. Still, look for a lot of inside zone runs from the Broncos this year. Quarterbacks are often asked to play quick and efficient with their passing game, with some shots thrown in to balance things out. He will challenge deep when he thinks the time is right and the defense has been set up for it, or don't seem to be expecting it. Tight ends will see a huge difference from 2019 to 2020 under the different schemes. Shurmur doesn't use many multiple tight end sets, and when he does, one of them is typically lined up out in the slot. With the Giants, Shurmur did a lot of that with Evan Ingram, so you can expect to see Noah Fant out wide quite a bit. Outside of certain short yardage situations, you will hardly see any 2 inline tight end sets. So can Pat Shurmur lead the Broncos to a top offense in 2020 and maybe even beyond? The simple answer is yes, he can, as he has shown that potential on teams without the offensive firepower Denver currently has. There's a lot of work that will need to be done for that to happen, and the offense will really live or die by the performance of Drew Lock. Shurmur has to make sure Lock is ready and help him with great play calling. Shurmur wanting the Denver job is nice, as his is wanting to work with Drew Lock. Hopefully both of that will help drive him to lead Denver to a top offense, because if he can, then the sky is the limit for this team. For Mile High Huddle and Sports Illustrated, I'm Eric Trickle.